What's going on, Washington Commanders Nation? Tonight is Friday, March 11th. We are a couple days away from the free agency tampering period, and we're going to have a live stream to chat about everything that's happening so far, because there's always a story when it comes to being a fan of this franchise. I appreciate y'all stopping in. Before we get started, this show was brought to you by Wash on the Daily. On Instagram, my guy Ray is your number one pull on in source and hub for all things Washington Commanders. That's at WSH on the Daily on Instagram. And for all of your betting needs, you're gonna use my unique link in the description for BetUS Sportsbook and Casino, and use promo code JOIN125 for all of your Calvin Ridley gambling needs. How are y'all feeling right now? We have a quarterback. It's not Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, or any of the guys that we wanted, but we have a quarterback, and we have plenty to discuss. I see Gustavo again in the chat. Just saw you over there with Pedro and Juan. What's going on? Gus Bus, there's the music. Absolutely. I haven't been live in a while. Michael Starkey, my guy Hawk. Salute to you guys. Dave, Billy, what's going on, guys? How y'all feeling? Let's cut right to the chase, because I know everybody's gonna say, yo, we messed up. LD Scott, Asia, what's popping? Channel member Asia, how you doing? Let's talk about Deshaun Watson, because I know everybody's gonna say, oh, we rushed it. We didn't wait on the verdict. Listen, we're not getting Deshaun Watson, and I think we knew that we were not getting Deshaun Watson when we made the decision to trade for Carson Wentz. We reached out to every team. We cast our net far and wide to try to get every quarterback possible. I think we got wind that Deshaun Watson was not going to waive his no-trade clause to play in D.C. And I'll tell you this. He wasn't going to waive it to come to the one team with allegations, cases, and a stigma/culture that currently resonates with the things that he's fighting in court. Didn't make much sense. But I got to guess my second pops that you all know, love, or probably hate if you're a Washington fan. I got my guy COWBOYJOBU, a.k.a. Mark Holmes.
Hello, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing.
I'm gonna let him intro on his channel, because I know he's always simul streaming it. We're gonna bring him in just a second.
Okay.
We got my buddy Mark over here, and
brother, I can't hear you.
What's going on, Mark?
Rio.
What's going on?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I don't hear you.
Hear me. I don't know what's going on your side, but I can hear you fine on mine. But
muting the mic.
Yeah, I'm good. Can you hear me?
Hey guys, Mark here. Just
all right. We're gonna add him in just a second, but we're gonna bring some of that Dallas energy and get some of that. We're gonna get some of that rivalry, Commanders versus Cowboys. I know it's weird to say Commanders versus Cowboys. We're gonna bring some of that energy in. But look, Deshaun Watson wasn't waiving his no trade clause to come here, and that's fact. He wasn't coming here. Russell would not have waived his to come here, and Deshaun, with his specific unique situation, also wasn't coming here. So it wasn't going down. Can you hear me now, Mark?
Yeah, I've got a little echo that I've got to take care of. I just need to.
All right. You must have got that FedEx Field Wi-Fi going on over there right now.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Okay, I think I got it now. All right. Rio.
Your sound sounds a little nuts right now. You sound a little staticky, man. What's going on, man? Jerry ain't paid a salary cap on your sound, man. What's going on?
Echo. Because I ended up having to change the audio. Hold on. Because here's the thing. there's so many damn mic inputs, and I
You
switch.
sound like you're talking like super fast and like super staticky.
Hold up.
But yeah, man, we got Dallas right now who's doing everything in their power to retain free agents and get their cap situation figured out. There's rumors that they're talking. You guys are talking to Bobby Wagner and stuff. What's going down in Cowgirls world right now, Mark?
Right now, am I still staticky?
Yeah, you're still a little staticky.
Okay, I don't know what it is because it's not coming through on my end.
Yeah, you sound like robotic as hell right now.
Don't know what we got for Mr. Roboto. Okay, hold on. All right, still staticky?
Yes. You want to try to exit the stream and come back?
Yeah, I think it's on your end. Okay,
all right, Mark's going to be back in just a second so we can talk about the stupid ass Cowboys as well as our Washington Commanders. But let's just put to bed the Deshaun Watson conversation. Although it would be the most Washington thing ever to trade for a starting quarterback and then untrade him or move him in a trade, it is time to move on. Carson Wentz is our quarterback, whether you like it or not, and there's no tweet, comment, or salt or tears that is going to change the fact that our quarterback was acquired. And that's who we got to roll with, fellas and ladies. Carson Wentz, Prince Harry. That's our quarterback right now. Like I'm telling you, it would be the most Washington thing. I know Daniel Snyder is sitting back right now like, ew. Oh, Gus Bus, why not go for Winston? Because Winston has better options than Washington, and he would have chose them. He would have signed with New Orleans, Pittsburgh. Shit, he might have went back to Tampa before coming here. It's Commander Carson Wentz, guys. That's what it is. It may look like an act of desperation, but word on the street is Tampa and Pittsburgh, they were lurking in the Carson Wentz waters, and they were also contemplating trading for Carson Wentz. And those are two better destinations from here. Right now, we are not a premier destination for free agents or for quarterbacks that can dictate.
How's it now?
All right, you sound much better now. Welcome back to the show, Pops.
It's that FedEx Field shit that you got, man. You know, I get my high def stuff up in here trying to connect with your whack ass shit, and it just fucks up.
Asia, please mod it because I don't even know how any of that works. I definitely could use a mod in here. That would be bless your heart if you want to take on that job. How you doing, Mark? It's been a while.
Hey, Asia's my girl. That's my girl. That's my girl.
That's my channel member as well.
Talking about my girl. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good, man. I'm in a much better place right now. How you been, man?
I'm okay. I'm happy and ecstatic that you guys smell of desperation. And you know what? You might have pulled the trigger too soon.
I think we knew that Watson wasn't coming here, though. Because we cast our net far and wide. We spoke to everyone. I think we probably got word that he's not interested in tying himself to a team with the same type of situation that he's currently going through in court. I think that's what it was.
Well, I agree with you on that because, you know, if you were a free agent quarterback and you had other options, ain't no way in the world I'm going to Washington. I'm sorry. You got a track record of destroying careers.
I mean, yeah. We are where quarterbacks go to die. How you doing, Wayne Owens? I'm sorry I use profanity on this show, and if that is a problem, this might not be the channel for you. But yeah, are you guys going to get Cooper traded, or are you guys going to be releasing your number one wide receiver?
That depends on what hour of the day it is. There's rumors that the Browns are interested in him, and the Cowboys are looking for a third-round draft pick. But they might settle for a fourth. We also heard today that they are trying to reconcile and bring him in the fold, which I think that's one of those things that they're trying to they realize they fucked up, excuse my language, messed up. Sorry, Dad. My dad actually sent me an email and said, son, we love watching you, but you cuss too much. So I'm trying to do better. But with Amari Cooper, I think they're trying to make nice now. See, the Colts didn't really trash Carson Wentz until after he left. You know what I mean? The Cowboys devalued Amari Cooper saying, oh, well, you know, he checks out, or, oh, he doesn't, doesn't block, and, you know, he gives up on plays. Basically, if you go buy a car and the guy says, well, the engine knocks, And when you get at 55 miles an hour, you get a shimmy in it. Would you buy the car?
I mean, it depends, man. Because I take Amari Cooper over here with open arms. I would love to have Amari Cooper here in Washington. And what's the deal with DeMarcus Lawrence and his contract?
D-Law, they're saying, hey, we're going to bring him back. That's he's not going nowhere. And that's the one that I look at more so. Well, here's the problem with DeMarcus Lawrence. Because we restructured him a couple of times, his cap number is $27 million. If you cut him today, you'll save $9 million, but have $18 million as a cap hit. You could cut him and make him a June 1st cut, in which case you'd get $19 million and only have $8 million cap hit. So you look at that and say, I need the money now if I'm going to make a move, or they could restructure him. I don't recommend restructuring because, he had another back surgery. He had the foot injury. And I'm looking at, he's getting long in the tooth. For me, I think I would have cut him and made a June 1st cut myself. And then try to get Bobby Wagner.
Bobby Wagner. Oh my God. That hurts me that this is a thing, because I keep telling our fans, they're like, oh, the Cowboys aren't going to get Bobby Wagner because the salary cap, man, it is manipulated every year.
It does. Here's the thing.
It's not real.
The Cowboys say they can't. It's more of they won't. Because think about this. Aaron Rodgers just got $50 million a year, $150 million guaranteed, 4 years. They franchise tagged Devontae Adams. That's $70 million between the two of them. $71 million. They were in worse cap shape than the Cowboys.
Yep.
Okay. The Rams are talking about bringing back Von Miller from 14 to 16 million, and maybe Odell Beckham for about 10, 11. And there's rumors that Gronk could end up being there too. Cap doesn't seem to bother them any, does it?
It doesn't at all, because it doesn't matter. Like, teams do what if they want players that mutually want them back, they're going to get it.
Key. You just said it. Want.
Exactly.
We got, Kmart blue light special shopping, brother, can I spare a dime? Stephen Jones is talking about value picks. And the thing is his value picks, they're there for 1 year and they leave dead money. So he looks at Clinton Ha Dix and we bring him in, doesn't make it through training camp, but you got $2 million in dead money. We end up getting Gerald McCoy, who, got hurt first play of training camp, and you get hit for $5 million in dead money. You pick up fat ass Dontari Poe, who wasn't, he was on the PUP list when you signed him to come into training camp, and you cut him, you cut Jalen Smith. So we had last year $25 million in dead money. But he thinks, well, it's a value pick. We're not spending a whole lot of money on it. But collectively, you go through, we had two guys really you look at and say, yeah, these were good free agent pickups. And Jaron Curse and our punter, Brian Angular, who was a Pro Bowler. We say, we don't have enough money to re-sign Brian. We can't afford him. You can't afford a punter? You can't afford a punter? Are you kidding me? You can't afford a punter?
Yeah, man. Teams decide who, like, the salary cap is just an urban legend that gives teams the posturing of who they want to keep and who they don't want to keep, because whenever that money needs to be made available, it's made available. And the cap gymnastics that teams like the Saints and Packers pull off every year is something that always is going to exist. So this is my first time chopping it up with you since we've changed our name. So we have a new name and we have a new quarterback in town. And I know you want to clown and troll me about Commanders and Commander Carson. Lay it on me. Let's hear it.
You know what? I'm old and I used to have to write checks. Okay. I know all you young people now don't have to write checks. But what always happened, come January, you're writing a check, you're still writing last year's date on it. I finally got used to saying the Washington fucking football team. I finally got used to that, and now it's Washington Commanders away. I have to now get used to saying Washington Commanders. I'm sorry. That is the dumbest name I have ever heard in my life for a football team. Commander, y'all ain't commanded shit.
That shit
I mean,
is
I can understand if you said the Washington Dumpsters because your stadium is a fucking dump.
it
But
is.
Commanders? I mean, I could get on, like the Hogs or or the Red.
Nah, don't put no pig on my helmet, man. Like I'm cool on
You know
that.
what? I think that's better because at least that's nostalgia to when you guys were great
But
with the.
naming a team after one unit in the '80s is just wild, though.
What else you got?
I mean,
What
Commanders.
else do you have?
Commanders. We don't have shit. Our Commanders.
So at least calling the Hogs ties it into something that was great for your team. What is Commanders tied to?
The dumbass
Nothing.
DC centric name like Capital
The
Senators and
Commanders doesn't even fit DC. I mean,
it
general.
sounds
I
like
can
a
understand
bullshit
Washington
DC name.
General
I mean,
because
those names all suck though. The name should have been Wolves or Red Wolves, but we're not even going to go
there's
there.
no Wolves in DC either.
It don't matter, and there's no Wizards either.
Well, true.
There's no I don't need the name to tie to the city, and Commanders is a weak ass name. But since it's the name now, y'all better put some respect on our name.
No
Damn it!
respect. You got Carson Wentz. Hold it. Respect. You got Carson Wentz. There ain't no respect. Seriously. Okay. I'm okay. You know what? I'm a hater. I'm a hater. So it doesn't matter who you brought in. I was going to hate on it. How you really feel? Are you when you heard Carson Wentz? You say, "Oh man, we got this shit now, man. We're going to be."
That wouldn't have been my reaction unless we got Wilson Watson or we swung big. But we swung. We tried. It's just we can't convince nobody to come and sign on to play for Daniel the Dweeb Snyder's football team. So my feeling was like, okay, cool. This is probably the best we could have done because I don't like the quarterbacks that are available in free agency, and I'm cool because Carson Wentz is capable, and I cannot watch another year of a no-arm quarterback or a game-managing quarterback. So I'll take it for now. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go throw a parade because we traded for Carson Wentz, but he's capable, and he'll do a lot more versus you guys than what we saw Taylor Heineke do. Because I never want to see anything like that Sunday Night Massacre in my life.
Dude, Carson Wentz turnover machine, dog.
But he hasn't been. Oh, and while we're here, what's the excuse for the one and done season this time? Because I told you it was coming. That y'all dominated in the regular season. As soon as that season matters, y'all would find a way to disappoint.
So wait.
I see you blaming the sunlight in the stadium for the loss.
You know you can't say shit, son. Yes, we choked in the playoffs, but we didn't choke at your house, did we?
Per usual, though.
Okay. We at least when we brought our heated seats, we got a victory.
But did you get it when it
Cowboys? Let's get heated seats and take them everywhere so we can lose.
Hey, but did y'all win when it counted, though? And why didn't you? And don't blame the sunlight on it, Mark.
I'm not blaming the sunlight.
I say people, the sunlight. There's always a reason why Dallas didn't get it done. What was the reason this year?
We faced a bunch of dogs and we wilted. We did, you know what? We did the same thing that Aaron Rodgers did. This is what is so funny to me. This is what's so funny, how shaded things are. And we're the Dallas Cowboys. We're used to losing the playoffs. We've got a 4th round drafted quarterback and stuff that everybody says is ass and that the Cowboys are chokers. So really people should expect us to go ahead and lose, right? You have Aaron Rodgers, who's supposed to be the baddest player on the planet, right?
And chokes
4-time MVP playing in the Lambeau Field. He lost to the same team we did.
Asia says hi, Mark.
Hey, Asia. I see Asia all the time on my cooking channel and my day job channel. Yeah, see, Asia loved me. She loved me. But seriously, I don't hear anybody talking about Aaron Rodgers being a choker. He lost to the same team. Hey, you know what's funny? Here's how crazy my fan base is. My fan base literally said that, well, it was cold in Lambeau Field. You couldn't expect Aaron Rodgers to play well. Wait a minute. You were playing against a California team. They ain't used to freezing weather. And you're going to tell me that Aaron Rodgers had excuse, but the 49ers didn't? And Jimmy Garoppolo was injured? Oh, come on, man. Like I said, we just joked. And I'll tell you what, we were beat up. No, we just lost. I'm not going to make excuses, but, we had 2 damaged running backs. Our offensive line was nowhere near what we wanted to be. And, we had subpar play. We lost. It happens.
Yep, it does
Now,
happen.
you want to explain how you got your ass rolled up by us a couple of times?
Because we were trash, and because I drank Kool-Aid twice last year that I shouldn't have drank, and I was humbled when you were calling my name in FedEx Field looking for me afterwards. We were humbled twice. We got on a 4-game win streak, and that was like a Super Bowl for me because I'm not used to that sort of thing here, man. We went a calendar month without losing a game, and I was like, hey, man, what is going on? But y'all humbled us twice.
What's that shrinkage issues? You have Carson Wentz. Oh, you're gonna be wincing a lot this year. Because for those that are in my house here, take a look. This is what we have to look forward to. Carson Wentz. Oh, did you see what Diggs did? He put the big face up when he saw that Wentz was there.
I mean, I can't even say now. I was about to say, but Cam Sims lost them. I can't even say anything about any of those games because y'all beat us like we stole something in Dallas, and that pisses me off. But what does it say about Dakota Rain Prescott that you guys can never, like, you paid him all this money and he still can't pull it out when it counts?
What it says is it's a team game. Because are we saying that Aaron Rodgers? He can't seem to pull it out, can he?
He's pulled it out before, though, and we've still
not pulled it out when they had a great defense. Okay, how about Russell Wilson?
You guys have a great defense.
No, we have a better defense. We gave up 4.5 yards per rush.
I would say that you guys were built to contend for a Super Bowl this year.
We were better, but here's the problem. We still cannot control the middle of the field. Micah Parsons blew Chase Young away. Blew his season away. Let's be clear. He was above anything and beyond what you needed. Okay? Going into that season, before Micah Parsons, nobody knew what he was going to be. Honestly, if you looked at our defense, how many players did you look at and say, I'd like to have that guy on my team? Honestly. I mean, Jalen Smith, Van Der Esch, did you want those guys?
I mean, clearly some of our fans want Van Der Esch. They don't understand. And fans were clamoring.
Here's the problem with Van Der Esch. Van Der Esch was a really good linebacker, but he's got a glass neck, and he is afraid to tackle. Get your head across the body, use your shoulder, and really get into it. I don't think he can do it anymore. He makes tackles, but it's not like, you look at DeMario Davis, you look at Bobby Wagner. They're pushing you backwards. They are making the contact. I think that Van Der Esch is scared of that contact. But you can, hey, he stayed on the field all last year, but he's not the guy that's going to be that linebacker that you need. Personally, I think Micah Parsons would be better on the edge. And if you brought in Bobby Wagner and got yourself a big one technique guy, then that defense would be great. But the rest of our defense, I mean, we had Randy Gregory, past the Dutchie from the left-hand side, who still missed a lot of games and only had 6 sacks. DeMarcus Lawrence missed 10 games, had 3 sacks. You had Diggs, who played great. Anthony Brown played pretty good, got 3 interceptions. Jaron Kearse is a free agent, was really good, but we didn't have the run stoppers. And that's what San Francisco was able to do. They were able to run the football, and that's what has always been our Achilles heel. Every time we get to the playoffs or late in the season, we can't stop the run, and the Dallas Cowboys always draft sizzle more than substance. They don't believe in having the big defensive linemen that can stop the run. And until they realize that, we're going to have the same results come playoff time. Okay, our 2 problems last year. Listen, 2 problems. We couldn't stop the run, and we couldn't run the football anymore. We had games where Tony Pollard and Zeke down the stretch had 50 yards between them. You're not winning that way. Not with the offense that we currently have.
Okay, 2-part question. So You guys are defending the NFC East, a division that has not been won back to back since the Donovan McNabb Eagles days. How confident are you that?
2004.
How confident are you that y'all are going to repeat? And who is your biggest threat in the division right now?
If you hadn't got Carson Wentz and you had gotten Russell Wilson, I would say that y'all would scare the hell out of me.
We'd be the favorites.
But I'm not sure that you're really as good as everybody thinks. I'm going to say that. I'm just going to say that. Okay. I'm not sure. Everybody thinks that that's the perception, but I think you still got some other underlying problems and stuff. You don't know what you do back with Chase Young, if you know how he's going to come back and so on. And, you did get rid of Landon Collins, I see, or going to get rid of Landon Collins.
Yeah, we're cutting him.
That was a wasted investment there, in free agency. I hate to say that. That's like from Carolina. Damn, I can't think of his name. Shit, he played with the 49ers last year. I think there's still some underlying problems with the team still.
Yeah, we got a few. We got some holes to fill, but the biggest thing is always quarterback. And however you feel about Wentz, he's an upgrade over Taylor Heineke. Taylor Heineke's not a starting quarterback in the NFL.
Here's the thing. I told you yesterday when I talked to you on the phone. I'm telling you, he's the new Jeff George. You're probably too young to know who Jeff George was.
I know about Jeff George.
He was a Colt. He was the number 1 pick. Wentz was the number 2 pick. Basically, had a hissy fit so he could get out of the Colts and go get traded to Atlanta. And didn't do well there. Eventually got let go, and Washington picked him up. So it's kind of like you're getting a 3-time loser.
I mean, yeah, we are, but I mean, he did produce last year, though. Like he produced. He produced 27
in the middle of the season.
Oh yeah, he did. He was terrible early and terrible.
He never had more than 1 touchdown pass a game.
But he produced though. But he still produced. He put production on tape. I think we have a better receiving core than he had in Indianapolis. We don't have the caliber running back he has, but we have a running back that's not too shabby, and Antonio Gibson. And I want to see how we build it through free agency in the draft. But he's in a position here to set up to he's set up to succeed here. And if he's going to, we shall see. It's to be determined. I'm not going to give a verdict on it yet. But
I tell you, this feels like deja vu. Is the same thing they said about him last year going to the Colts.
And he was rolling. He was rolling for a good part of the season. They just choked at the end.
Was it? You lost to the Jags.
Yeah, and so, you know who else lost to the Jags last year? The Buffalo Bills, and they were a coin toss away from the Super Bowl.
Okay. All right.
No, I'm just saying, he's not a world beater, bro, but he's not trash, and he's significantly better than Taylor Heineke, and anyone that doesn't agree with that, we watch a different sport. He's significantly better than Taylor Heineke. His upside, his arm, we can actually open up our playbook now and spread the ball around the field because we can throw outside the boundary.
Okay. Like I said, if you're happy, I'm happy.
So what's your answer to the question? So is it Philly?
Oh. Well, that depends on what happens with Deshaun Watson. Because if they were willing to make a trade, try and get to Seattle, all right. I mean, already you've ruined Hurts. You've already let him know that we don't really believe in you by trying to trade for Russell Wilson. Mm-hmm. So now you got to continue and try and get Deshaun Watson. If they were to be able to get Deshaun Watson, I would definitely be the most scared of the Eagles. And the Eagles are probably the one I'm worried about the most. The Giants, they're fire ceiling right now.
Hey, the Giants, I like the coach they hired though. Like I'm telling people, if they get a good quarterback under Brian Daboll, they're gonna be an issue at some point. But they got a lot of things they need to figure out as well. But who am I to judge another team? We're not a good football team yet. We're established mediocrity. We know how to win 7 games. I need to see us win over that. I'm no longer going to be making ridiculously optimistic predictions with this team. I'm going to let them prove it to me first. But, hey, someone said, is Dak Prescott the black Kirk Cousins? Because I see that passed around on social media.
That's bullshit. Because I'm going to tell you, Amari Cooper is not that guy he's so low-key that you got to check his blood pressure. I mean, check his pulse just to see if he's alive. He's not going to be one that's going to go after you.
I wouldn't take him as that either.
And seriously, I'll be honest with you. If I was really pissed off at you, that's what I'm going to come at you with.
Yeah, you could do a lot better.
Black Kirk Cousins. Man, come on, man.
I take it as a compliment because Kirk Cousins is one of the best bag getters in the league. He's managed his contract
I'd be
situation
like, come
as
on.
well as anyone in
That,
the
that's the
history
best
of
you
the
can do. I mean, seriously.
NFL. Right. And somebody said Taylor Heineke can do better. He's probably better at chess or math than Carson Wentz. Correct, man. He was out there taking accounting classes at ODU just a year ago, man. But yeah, so the NFC East, you think y'all are going to repeat?
I think we got a chance. It's not. It's hard to do.
Come
We got
on, let's stand on it, Mark. Give me something, Mark. Stand
it,
on it.
no. It's no. I'm gonna be 100% real. Okay, because we've had Super Bowl winning teams not come back and win the division the next year. So what makes me think that the Cowboys will, especially with Stephen Jones? I think Stephen Jones. I honestly, right now, I feel like the Cowboys are redshirting the season. That they're trying to handicap the season and get Sean Payton the following year. Seriously, I mean that's what I look at. And well, at least until I heard that they were actually picked up the phone to make a call to Bobby Wagner. I just let me revisit your quarterback here
Let's do it.
that you're excited about.
I'm not excited about.
So,
I'm relieved that he's an
hold
upgrade.
on. Just listen to me. Okay, so the opening game of the season last year, 185 yards, 58% completions, sacked 6 times. Damn. His QBR was a 4.3 against the Jags. Week number 2, 148 yards, 59% completions, 1 TD, no interceptions, a 27.9 QBR.
Hey, since we're talking QBR, which is an ESPN created
Okay,
metric,
all right,
we
okay,
finished
all right. How about
ninth in
rating? Rating
QBR.
86.
We finished ninth in QBR for the season,
Okay, hold
above
on.
Russell Wilson.
Okay, oh, can I speak? So we had 3 touchdowns in a loss to Tampa Bay, 3 TDs, 2 touchdowns, 306 yards. That looks like that might be the high water mark. Against the Jets was a big game for him. He had 134 QBR there, 3 TDs, no interceptions. Tennessee in a loss, 3 TDs, 2 interceptions. In overtime, 68 rating on that one. Then you got to San Francisco, 2 TDs, no interceptions. Played good on that one. They won. They beat Houston, no big deal there. 2 TDs.
Hey, there's no gimmies in this league. There's no gimmies in this league, Mark.
So yeah.
And then he hit the last half of the season and he started playing like shit. Yes, I know what we're getting. I know what the Carson Wentz experience consists of. But if we're going to pull out QBRs, he finished the season 9th, ahead of Russell Wilson, 10th in total QBR. It's not nothing to brag about, but I'm not going to bring it to the table.
Here's another one that I'm going to say. Is Russell Wilson kind of on the tail end and dropping like a rock? He's had a lot of hits and everything going on.
Russell baller still. I don't know. I don't agree with that.
I'm just saying, but we'll find out. We'll find out.
I don't know why he chose to go to the division of death, though. Yeah, what do you think about the Russell Wilson trade?
You know what? If you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So,
I respect it, but
you know, do that. I mean, you could be the New England where you never have anybody that's ever going to go to the playoffs and stuff, or you can be battle tested. And so clearly he's going to be battle tested. And I think that's why San Diego said, let's go get Khalil Mack. Let's get some extra firepower to go against Russell and Pat Mahomes.
I respect it on Denver's end, and they seem to get any quarterback they want when they want a star, reaching that latter half of their career. But where do you see Deshaun Watson ending up?
I think actually Seattle. He's got the no trade clause.
Yep.
So he's not okay. I heard he was interested in Minnesota before, but unless Kirk Cousins gets traded, but Kirk Cousins, who's going to get Kirk Cousins?
I heard the Colts are trying. I don't know with what compensation, but they're trying.
Okay, but Kirk Cousins with the Colts. Okay. If that happens, maybe he might be interested still in Minnesota, but you have to think Seattle. I don't know that he'd want to go to Philadelphia or not. He's already been dealing with fans that hate you.
For sure. And I don't think him saying no last year to Philly like they did make the playoffs, and they're a situation that has the compensation to pull it off. I feel like it's going to be Tampa or Carolina. That's where I feel like it's going to. I think they're going to trade him out of the AFC.
You wouldn't go to Carolina. Why Carolina's rebuilding? Carolina's a mess.
Yeah, because Rule might get
He
fired.
doesn't. Yeah, Rule. Here's what they're doing. They're trying to fight. I mean, they're trying to get a Christian McCaffrey again. We get killed because we signed Zeke. At least Zeke shows up for the games. Christian McCaffrey's only played 12 games since he signed his big contract and has been shit.
Oh yeah, I would never draft Saquon or Christian McCaffrey in fantasy again. They're never on the field.
So looking at both of those dudes, you got to say, okay, Carolina, no, they're going to get a new coach next year and start all over. So don't go to Carolina. Tampa Bay, yeah, they still have a pretty good team. That's possibly. I didn't
Good
thought
team,
about
good culture. Good team, good culture, good coach. Because I seen a report from Jonathan Jones right after the criminal
Thank
went
you,
away.
Dennis. I'm sorry. I keep saying San Diego because the Chargers should have never freaking left San Diego. If you've ever been to San Diego, you would say, why the hell would you leave here? You just wouldn't do it. I'm telling you, for LA. It's too hot in LA. Too much smog.
LA, that market's undefeated though, man. Like you can't like money. LA, super stadium. You know what I'm saying? Like they were always gonna lose that.
What you guys know about? What do you know about a super stadium?
You know what I know about it? I know we're gonna get one by 2027. I know one is coming real soon, and it's gonna shit on y'all stadium. It's coming. Commander Central is coming. Wait on it. It's coming. It's gonna be real close to us too.
Oh Lordy. Commander Central.
Commander City is coming, man. It's coming. There's gonna be a super dome with a lot of stuff around it. Will we be winning by then? I don't know, but it's coming, and it's gonna look better than AT&T because we've heard for 20 years how shit our stadium is.
You act like we're lying.
Oh, you're not. The stadium's absolute ass. I went there for 8 games this year. It was fucking terrible.
I'm telling you, the parking lot was better than the stadium.
The parking lot was, and the food we eat in the parking lot.
Yeah, y'all show up at my party like you own the place. Yeah, we gonna kick your ass there. I'm like, look at these motherfuckers. They are up here, elbowing first in line to grab all my food and stuff here. You know, then couldn't find you sorry sacks after the game.
Oh, I got the fuck up out of there after that game.
I'm like, okay, I can't wait to see Rio for the post game. Shit, that motherfucker gone.
I was like, yeah, y'all see me tomorrow, man. Gambling in the NFL. Do you feel like Calvin Ridley's punishment for trying to be the champion of parlays during his time away from the team, do you feel like that was unfair, fair, or expected from the league?
All right. You got a subject that I'm going to really put something in here to make you say, First of all, I hate gambling and football together because it's Pandora's box and it's 3 points could be millions of dollars. Point spreads, right? Mm-hmm. Calvin Ridley gambling on it. He says it was $1,900. You know, you can't gamble on games. That's the thing. You just can't. The amount that he gambled was so minute. It's like, okay, now we're kind of like, that's what it should be. Let me ask this. Brian Flores,
the Dolphins,
says the owner wanted me to tank and wanted to pay me an extra $100,000 for each game.
And it's crickets.
So how is that different than Calvin Ridley? Because it's supposed to be a legitimate game where the outcome is not predetermined. Mm-hmm. Somebody said, well, because, he was gambling and he was trying to get draft position. I'm like, what? If you'll fix the games to try and get better draft position, then why won't you try and fix the games because I've got some extra money on it? Or, I've got some friends that'll do me some favors on it. Because to me, I look at some of these games where we get 14 penalties and knowing that the Cowboys were beating the point spread every week. Now, all of a sudden, we're getting like you're telling me that there's not somebody there. We've got New York, who's supposed to be the, if there's a call that's really bad, that is supposed to instantly go to New York, and they make a decision, and we all see these calls that are bad that look like, come on, man. Phantom penalties where even the commentators are saying, you got jobbed on that one. That starts raising the thing and saying, is this shit fixed?
Man, that shit, it's crazy. And the NFL is pushing gambling so hard right now. Like, they probably wrote this suspension up and immediately worked on the next ad for DraftKings or FanDuel Sportsbook. Like, it's really crazy. And they don't hold the owners to the same standard that they hold these players. Yes, it is stupid as hell that Calvin Ridley used mental health as an excuse and then went to go put 7-game parlays in for the rest of the season with his $1,500 and his $3,900 winnings. But why haven't the Dolphins been docked draft picks for the draft that takes place next
And the Cleveland Browns.
and the Cleveland Browns? Hell yeah, like the scale needs to be more balanced out, which we know it never will be. That's why our stupid ass owner still owns our team, despite the fact of 20 years of allegations still pending, and we got 400 pages of a document about deflated footballs, and the Beth Wilkinson report about Daniel Snyder's is crickets.
Well, you can look at Zeke. Okay, here's what I was going to say. I mean, you can look at Zeke Elliott's situation where, they had a 128-page book that it came out, and the person who did the investigation said there's nothing here, but yet they still suspended him, right? You had, when Des Bryant was trying to get his new contract, that you had Mike Farello come out and say there might be a tape out there that's 10 times worse than Ray Rice's, and that there was a tape that, everybody went crazy because, there's a tape in Walmart, and, all these people were speculating and reporting on it and stuff, right? There never was a tape ever found. There was never a tape. But then Jerry Jones has, finds out that there's a 25-year-old woman that says he's the daddy. And then the press is like, well, this is a personal matter, and we should respect their privacy. I'm kind of like, wait a minute, what? Y'all done killed other people. Earl Thomas and his situation, right? Deshaun Watson. I don't hear that that's a personal matter. But, the massage parlor for Robert Kraft in down in Florida, that situation, that just disappeared. And like I said, the gambling here, or excuse me, not gambling, the bribing, it lets you know there's two standards there.
Hell yeah, man. It's crazy. And shout out to Hawk for the 199 super. Watson to the Eagles for a mix of picks and hurts. Are you reporting that, or are you saying that? Or that's your guess? Please keep Watson out of the NFC East. I hope he stays in the AFC, where there's the gauntlet of elite quarterbacks over there. But appreciate you, Hawk. But yeah, man, it's wild, man. These NFL contradictory things is like.
My fans are requesting the Carson Wentz fumble video. Oh boy!
As we're doing that, I ask you one question though, Mark. How many quarterbacks in the NFC East have a Super Bowl ring?
Oh please! When they built the statue of Nick Foles, they had Carson Wentz out there holding the clipboard.
Who let him there though? He drove him 80% of the way to school, and Foles dropped him up at the front door.
Okay, let's think about this for a second.
Are they in that position if
they were in the 4-play schedule?
Man, schedule's a schedule. You play what's on your schedule, man. Like, come on, don't do that, Mark. Who led them? Who drove the car?
So like I said, I'm happy that you're putting your faith on a guy who played in one playoff quarter.
I'm just saying that he's not trash. Like, y'all are trash.
You are. Oh, yes, you are. You're trying to because
he's the second best quarterback in the division.
When Dak had a season like he had last year, everybody said he's trash.
Dak was never trash.
That's what they said. He's let me see. What was his yardage average?
Dak's a good quarterback. He's never been trash.
Okay. Wait. So his regular season last year was 6.9 yards per pass.
Mm-hmm.
Dink and dunk. I didn't hear anybody call him dink. He's just a dink and dunker. That's what they said about Dak Prescott. Dinking and dunking down the field.
Brady's dink and dunked his way to 7 rings. I don't even know why people say that.
Because with Dak Prescott, no matter what, it's going to be something derogatory. If they have, short passing game and they're winning games, he's a dink and dunker. If he's got big time plays, it's garbage time. And if you want to, if we want to bring up garbage time, you did play the Jags twice. You played the Jets. You played the Texans. He did play some of the bottom tier teams in the NFL.
And they had some upsets last year. And for you saying Hurts took his job, how is he second? Because Jalen Hurts has never thrown 20 touchdowns in a season. So until he does such as an NFL quarterback, he's not better than Carson Wentz. Stop it. He's a run threat, but he's not a better quarterback than Carson Wentz.
I will say, here's where he's better. Between the ears. He's better at being a leader, and don't discount that role on the field. Carson Wentz, the problem with Carson Wentz is he's headstrong and he's not that coachable, that he's had problems with the coaching.
And
now,
he's sensitive.
Two low places.
He's sensitive.
And he's a sensitive little bitch.
That's how you feel? Tell us how you really feel, Mark.
Right. Listen, you had a contract that was paying you, boatload of money. And you're going to tell me you're going to spend how long not talking to your head coach? Was it 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah, he's sensitive. Yeah, he's sensitive. He's very sensitive.
This is your job.
Very finicky.
They were paying you $34 million, $33 million to do one job. Getting that kind of money, you tell me you can't listen to them? And then you had the hissy fit to get out of town? To go to the guy that you had your success with, and you didn't have success with him? Come on, man.
Yeah, I'm not sitting here advocating and saying Carson Wentz is some elite quarterback, but we're not going to sit here and talk about Carson Wentz like he's Taylor Heineke. Let's not do that. Second best quarterback in the division.
Do you think that the Colts gave up a first and a second to get him, thought that he was going to be what he was?
No, because you obviously don't know that when you give him compensation.
We're talking about, let's think about this for a second. Carson Wentz is a Hall of Famer. You didn't flinch.
A Hall of Famer?
He's a Hall of Famer. Yes, because no player in the history of the NFL has ever had $50 million in dead money.
Well,
think about
Ryan close to it.
Think about how many draft picks have been given up for this guy.
A lot of them.
Because people forget that the Eagles first traded with the Miami Dolphins from 13 to get to 8, and then traded with the Cleveland Browns to get all the way up to the second pick. Then you had the Colts trade for him. Now you traded for him. Dude, that's Hall of Fame numbers.
Hey, that's a lot of stuff. But, the league takes those gambles all the time. I'm not telling you that Carson Wentz is a world beater, but of our remaining realistic options for veterans, which Ron advocated for this offseason, I'm not sure who's a better option. Jameis coming off an ACL tear, who was not going to actually consider us. Mitch Trubisky, who for some reason is getting all the pom-poms waved for him when he failed as a second overall pick and never really did much of anything with Chicago. I'm not you know what I'm saying? And Carson Wentz has a good record in this division, man, despite the fact that he never had receivers in Philly.
Okay.
I'll take it over what you know. I'd rather have.
I'm happy. I'm ecstatic.
I'm not excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for the fact that we have an upgrade at the position. I'm not delusional.
I'm ecstatic for you. Like I said, I'm happy that you're happy about it. Okay, but I know you're going to be doing the Carson Wentz look. You're going to be sitting out here. You're going to be sitting out here. I can see it now. You're going to look up. I'm going to fix me another plate.
Yeah. It's going to be the same. And it's going to be the same feeling that you have every time that you guys make the playoffs and Mr. Crop Top fails to live up to the contract that you gave a running back in the NFL in the modern day of football.
You know what? I'll take what we have, even though it's not much.
Oh, yeah, well, y'all better.
You guys have.
Oh, for sure. And at the end of the day, after 1 week of the postseason, we're going to be watching the same playoffs on the television screen at home.
At least when we go to our stadium, we don't have to get a tetanus shot.
Okay. All right, but I know you're about to get a stream.
I'm just saying.
You
Seriously.
correct.
All the
Correct.
rust of that place, railings falling down and everything else, toilets, I mean, the pipes busting and dumping shit on top. I mean, come on, man. At least we can go to a stadium and feel comfortable.
Oh yeah, but I know Mark's about to get a stream going himself tonight, and I'm sure he's had enough Commanders conversation for
Washington Commanders away.
I'm gonna go ahead and let Mark.
Oh, your battle cry. It's gonna be a battle cry.
Oh, Asia asks, "How's your Chipotle?" By the way,
The Chipotle was pretty good. What's up, Asia? How you doing?
Chipotle got that new chicken.
Well, they cook the beef too. It's too done. I like mine. Still mewing a little bit. Like at least give it a little pink or something in there. Stop burning the shit.
Yeah, they do.
I just didn't feel like cooking tonight. I've been doing keto. I've lost 18 pounds since the season ended.
I need to get on something myself.
It's probably because I'm not drinking.
You're not watching Dallas right now.
I'm not watching Dallas. I'm not drinking, so it might be just that the alcohol is just not putting the weight on it. So that's real good. But we do have the draft coming up.
We do,
and we're definitely going to be doing some draft specials, trying to figure out what the Cowboys are going to do. I have no idea what the hell they're going to. I don't know. I don't think they know what they're going to do. One day we're talking about Amari Cooper's ass. Next day we're talking about trying to patch up the relationship. Next day we're talking about trading them. So I have no idea. They're just baffling us with bullshit. That's what they're doing.
Yep, that's about that time of year. It's lying season and it's bullshit season. And I'll get Mark on the channel again soon. Appreciate you for coming on, football.
All right, buddy.
All right, man. Appreciate you, buddy.
Hey, and I have yet to see you wear that shirt.
Which shirt? Oh, I've wore the shirt on the channel. Don't do that. I wore the Marxist.
Not with me. You have not with me. The next time I refuse to come on unless you're wearing the shirt.
All right, I'll dig it
out. I
remember
I got it to you like, oh man, I got COVID, man. I can't. I don't know where it is. I was like, this motherfucker went out and got COVID. So he didn't have to wear the shirt on the show.
Times. You just happen to not be on the channel both times. But that's enough for the Cowboy Stench for the night episode. I'm gonna let Mark go ahead and get to his stream. Appreciate you, big dog.
All right, peace, man.
All right, man. T. Roberts, shout out to the $4.99 super chat. I appreciate that so much. You're too kind. Outside of Willis, which QB hits the needle for you in this draft? Kenny Pickett. To me, Kenny Pickett and Malik Willis are the only two quarterbacks that tilt the needle, especially for this team. I think if I had to pick a third, I'd say Desmond Ridder off of his size, athleticism, and arm. But those are the only two quarterbacks that tilt the needle for me in this class. And obviously the team is not as high on the draft class as a lot of us on Twitter, on YouTube was. Also, thank you to Asia for the $5 super chat. And he said the Chipotle was glorious. My guy, Terry, Freedom High School, Woodbridge representative in the building. Pray for both of our teams come out healthy. Always. I never want to see Dallas or any of our arch nemesis get injured, man. Our new stadium will be better than AT&T. Hell yeah, because after 20 years of a shit stadium, you got to come out swinging. The Superdome, everything around it, I know how it's going to be. Dwayne Brown develops into a solid number 3 receiver. I think it's De'Ami Brown. I think you mean De'Ami. Possibly. He has to have a good second-year season. I want to see more production than Instagram captions from De'Ami Brown in 2022. My guy Serge the Shooter in the building. He said Pickett's weak. I know Desmond Ridder is your guy. You've been riding the Desmond Ridder train forever. I need to see something out of De'Ami this year. I think Ridder fits the bill if we still draft a quarterback. I don't think we're going to after acquiring Wentz, but it's possible. And Ridder in the second round or trade up into the first so you can get that fifth-year option. I think it makes sense. Willis will go in the top 10. He'll be the first quarterback off the board. I'm confident in that. I've been telling y'all that for the longest. Didn't know you were going to be live. I'm afraid we're going to do the same thing as last year and not take a quarterback. We wasted 3-round picks on Wentz. Timothy, what's going on, man? I don't think we wasted picks. I think we'll get production out of him. And if it doesn't work out, we can get out. We can get out after a year. We'll see. The verdict's not out yet. If we don't make the playoffs with Wentz or Rivera and Mayhew gone, I don't know about Mayhew, but I believe I believe Ron's leash is long here. We never got the contract terms when he signed up as a coach and got a 5-year contract here because he wears so many hats for the organization. And he currently is the shield and the Teflon that covers up our owner, and he brings the little bit of respectability that we get nationwide. It comes because Ron Rivera is a face that's respected league-wide here. I think his leash is longer than that. Didn't answer which question. Oh, I support the Wizards. I'm a fan of the Capitals and Nationals. I support the Wizards, but I like LeBron when it comes to basketball. So I do support other DC sports teams. Brown is nasty. He has yet to show it. We shall see. He needs to prove to be that he's the deep threat that we drafted him to be. He struggled to get off press man coverage and get separation, which was supposed to be his strong suit coming out of college and having a limited route tree at North Carolina with Sam Howell down there. One Life was good. Yeah, he's the quarterback, man. That's our reality at this point. We got to swallow it and accept it. Wilson or Olave, love it. Love both of them. I think if I had to pick one, just throw your dart at a board because both of them have elite speed. Both of them are technicians. I think I'll take Olave over Wilson, though. But I would love to have either here because we need to stack that offense for Carson Wentz. If we're going to get production out of him, build the best offense he's ever had since he's been in the league. I know if Jeff Bezos bought a team to say out his world, forget to tell Dak. Jeff Bezos will never own a team, but I wonder if he'll get the naming rights to the stadium. I'm really wondering who gets it because we got to put someone's name on the stadium, and it damn sure ain't going to be FedEx after the minority owner Game of Thrones style battle Snyder just had with those guys and with Fred Smith and Court. We're going to see, but our stadium's going to be way better than Dallas. I'm just happy we finally – exactly. We have a quarterback that can throw outside of both hashes, that could complete a deep ball. Terry can catch a bomb in stride. I'll take that. That's an upgrade. You know, I'm not going to sit here and ring home and call Super Bowl predictions off of us acquiring him, but it's a significant upgrade for sure. I know you think Wagner won't pick us, but it would be a sin to not send a serious offer. I would overpay the hell out of getting Bobby Wagner here. Dude had 170 tackles last year in his age 31 season. He can mentor Cole Holcomb and Jamin Davis. And he can be our London Fletcher to our defense. I would pay top free. I'd give him offensive skill player money to get 3 years out of Bobby Wagner. I would love to do it. We have to at least send an offer to him. He doesn't have an agent, so we should be hitting this lineup right now. What do I think of Christian Watson? Second round, give it to me. 6'5" receiver that's that fast, runs a 4.3, and that silky smooth receiver out of North Dakota State. Would love to have him in the second round. Him or David Bell or George Pickens out of Georgia. We need all the picks we can get, even if we have the needs to. Yeah, we have other needs to pick, but really, we don't need 1,000 picks because we're not going to hit on all of them. Last year, we didn't get any production out of the 2 third-round picks we had, so I'm not going to complain about us trading 2 third-round picks for a starting quarterback. My brain trapped in last year. No, I got what you mean. What up, Tyler? What about Drake London? Big body threat. For those that are afraid to go after a big body receiver because Josh Doxson didn't work out, I don't think you're going to have to worry about that with Drake London or with Arkansas receiver Treylon Burke. I love both of them and would love to. Honestly, the top 5 receivers in the draft, I'm cool with us taking any of them. I would prefer it in a trade back because I don't like taking receivers that high. But I think it's time that we prioritize the offense like we did the defense. We spent countless draft picks over the years on the defense. It's time that we load up the offense for the quarterback and give them their best chance to succeed. Stadium should be in D.C., and it better be RFK. It sounds good, but D.C. is not willing to do business and play ball like Virginia has. Virginia has already put all their money on the table and said, we'll give you 3 different choices. We want your stadium here. D.C. has to put that money up, and so far we haven't seen that they're able to do so despite what Mayor Bowser is talking about. What should the Commanders' fight song and mascot be? Mascot can be a bunch of things. I don't know what the mascot should be or what the fight song should be. We need to find a good shortened, condensed version of Commanders and somehow work a fight song into it. But first, we got to go out and win games and put some touchdowns on the board so we can sing a fight song. LD said the Dumfries Commanders. Hey, from everything I've heard and everything I've seen right now, the Potomac Shore site in Dumfries is the favorite to get the stadium. Cam Sims is still good. Cam Sims is all right. He's not good. He's all right. If we lose him, he's very replaceable. Isn't Fred Smith the dad of the Falcons coach? I believe so. I can't say off the top of my head, but I believe so. Yes, the FedEx guy. George Pickens is a hothead. It's cool. I'm not Ron Rivera. Everybody on the team does not need to be a choir boy or a saint. We need some jackasses, some knuckleheads, and some hotheads on this roster, bro. Everybody cannot be a great person. We need some blue chip talent on the roster, and I believe George Pickens is a blue chip prospect. I'm concerned about the yards per attempt for Wentz. I mean, different situations. He's going to push the ball down the field. Wentz just has to learn to accept defeat sometime. He will not take the check down, throw the ball away, or live to see the next down. Pat McAfee is a great example. He likes to say Wentz will absolutely die just to try to get the first down on a play. You got to take your L's and keep it pushing sometime. And he sprained both his ankles trying to extend the play. Bro, you got to take your L's and live to see the next down sometime and not put your body on the line just for a first down. If Dean is available, do I take him? I like Nakobe Dean, and I like Devin Lloyd out of Utah State. I could not stomach taking an off-ball backer in the first round in consecutive years in the first round. I think it's time that we get an infusion of offense or a cornerback. Sugar Daddy, what it is, what it do, man? Appreciate you, man. I'm just gonna give the same energy I always give, man. Thank you for tuning in and chopping it up with me. My boy Terry said we got to get some knuckleheads. We do got to get some jackasses, man. You heard about all that Micah Parsons was up to in them Penn State locker rooms. He came in and had one of the best rookie seasons we've seen in a long time, man. Outlaw King, what's going on, man? Remember, we're taking receipts on Wentz. Oh, we're taking all the receipts, good and bad. And if I'm dead wrong about it, call me on it. I'm never going to come back and say, if I said some dumb shit, please hold me accountable to it. I'm nobody but a fan with an opinion at the end of the day. I think we'll get 3 primetime games, and 2 of them will be Carson Wentz revenge weeks. I think we'll get one at Philly and at Indianapolis where we can put on those sexy-ass black uniforms for the first time. I think we'll get 3 primetime games this year. I'm scared as hell that Philly's going to get Watson. I'm terrified as well. Please keep him out of the NFC East. Should keep him in the AFC. Send him to Pittsburgh. Let them have at it, man. Trade back to 20. Yes, sir. Sign Watson, Beavers, and we're good. I also like the free safety out of Brisker out of Penn State. I would love to have him because we haven't had a natural free safety that's worth a damn since Sean Taylor, 21, RIP, passed away in 2007. Kyle Hamilton, I don't see him getting out of the top 6 of the draft because in my eyes, he's the best player in the draft, but he's a no doubt sprint to the podium player if he's there. Would love to have Sauce Gardner at 11 if he's there. If I'm going to not take a receiver, I'm going to take Sauce or Stingley in a heartbeat if they're there. I don't want anybody in the front 7 at pick 11. And at 47, Christian Watson, I would love to have him there. I want to see what we do in free agency as well. My boy Ant in the building. Yeah, that's one of my biggest subscribers. He holds it down all the way since day one. He said, I think Wentz will do okay. I think he'll do fine. I think he can do more than okay. With what this offense will require from him, he should produce here. But games are left to be played. We got to see. Asia, I don't know how to make you a mod on here, but after we finish this episode, I will be in contact because, yes, you can definitely mod the chat for me because I don't know how any of that works. I'm still learning on the fly. Olave, love him. Silky smooth, faster, even sharper route technician than Terry McLaurin. I would love to reunite and have a full wide receiving core of Buckeyes, Curtis Samuel, Olave, and Terry McLaurin. Watson is very rusty. Watson going to be fine, man. He has God-given ability that a year off, if a dude could come back from an injury, a dude can definitely come back from just not playing football. He's been working and busting his ass over at QB Takeover with Quincy Avery and Sean McAvoy. He's going to come back and not miss a step. I hope it's not us. The Dubs. The Warriors have that, but I mean, it could work. Garrett Wilson or Chris Olave? My answer to that is yes, but if I had to pick one, give me Chris Olave. Commander Newt, what's going on, Newt? What's going on, man? I can't wait to see what we do too. I would love to hear that we offered Bobby Wagner a contract over the weekend. Wentz over DJ and Hurts. Yes, Greg, I agree. Hurts is probably the better dual threat, but he has not thrown for 20 touchdowns in a season yet. So I think it would be a little blasphemous to say he's better than Carson Wentz at this current juncture. But that's all I got for right now. I'm going to go ahead and cut this chat. I'm going to go ahead and cut this live stream. Your boy got to go to work in a little bit because I work nights. Mighty Dag. Oh, great point. Are we going to re-sign J.D. McKissick? We better re-sign J.D. McKissick. He's going to have a market. But J.D. McKissick, I could argue, is as impactful on the success of our offense as Antonio Gibson was, because the offense kind of came and went as J.D. McKissick when he got hurt. There was a huge drop-off. Him and Logan Thomas really affect how Scott Turner's scheme. But, yeah, I'm about to call it a night in just a sec. This is the healthiest that Deshaun has been since high school. Yeah, he's going to be good to go. He's going to come back and ball out for somebody. I hope it's not on the NFC East. How do we improve at tight end? Go ahead and sign one of Wentz's former teammates in Zach Ertz or Mo Alley Cox on a team-friendly deal, or draft a guy in the middle rounds like Chigo Okonkwo from Maryland. But that's all I got for tonight. Y'all keep hailing to the Washington Commanders. Thank you for all your support. I appreciate all the dialogue in the chat, the super chats, and the energy that we always keep it. I'll ramble with y'all next time. Deuces.